Then comes the organizational level of analysis, in which organizational level of analysis examines how organizations within a state influence the state's foreign policy behavior. For example, organizations like UN, World Bank, IMF, Asian Development Bank. Let me give you an example that these organizations also influence the other states. For example, when Pakistan was having tough ties, our relationship with the United States of America, when Imran Khan took power. So the Trump administration, they influenced IMF, and they one of the Leon Panetta also, I think he gave a statement that IMF should not give loan to Pakistan because Pakistan is not cooperating with us on Afghanistan. So this is how countries like America, like countries like other major powers, they influence the behaviors of other states through these organizations, because Pakistan is dependent on IMF, World Bank, for example. So this is how they do all these things. So this comes in the purview of organizational level of analysis. And then comes the individual level of analysis, in which individual level of analysis views the leaders of the state, for example, as being the largest influencer of foreign policy. That how good as a leader, of that particular country, and whether he's good or he's taking, good decisions. Is his, personality vibrant? For example, let me give you an example of Imran Khan, for example, in modern times. When Pulwama attack occurred in India, the Indians wanted to carry out surgical strikes inside Pakistan. So at that time, hype was created, and there were possibilities that India would carry out surgical strikes inside Pakistan. And Modi also wanted this for its political mileage, to support and to to win elections, for example, in India. And but on the other side, Pakistan, foreign military leaders, and of course the political leadership, they conveyed a very clear message to the Indians that if you try to attack Pakistan, we will not think, we will attack, we will retaliate. अच्छा, अब हुआ ये कि इंडिया carried out an attack on Balakot, Feb 2019 में. इसमें दो चीजें थी. अगर पाकिस्तान के जो लीडर्स थे, अगर वो रिटेलिएट ना करते, फॉर एग्जांपल, और ऑर्डर ना करते उनको, एयरफोर्स को, कि वो रिटेलिएट करे, सो उनकी क्रेडिबिलिटी खत्म हो जाती. तो उसके बाद उनका जो फॉरेन पॉलिसी में, हमारी जो फॉरेन पॉलिसी है, वो इतनी स्ट्रांग ना बनती. लोग कहते हैं यार ये तो ऐसी बातें करते हैं, दे डोंट वर्क. बट नाउ the Indians have analyzed, the Indian have understood, the regional countries have understood, the foreign powers have understood that Pakistan's leadership, military and political, they will take action if we breach their sovereignty, territorial integrity. So this is what we call individual level of analysis, in which you analyze the leaders and their approach towards different issues. Now, for example, if you take the example of Trump, Trump was very aggressive in his foreign policy, and people they used to fear him, and sometimes they also used to not to engage him. For example, North Koreans, they did not take the risk, and they started negotiation with Trump because they believed that Trump may carry out attacks. Pagal banda hai, hum attack kar dega. सीरिया के अंदर you have seen, इराक के अंदर you have seen, सीरिया के अंदर उसने बहुत सारे इस तरह के काम किए, प्रीएम्प्टिव स्ट्राइक की. ईरान का जो लीडर था कासमी, उसको हलाक किया. ये बहुत बड़े ऐसे स्टेप्स थे जो कि ट्रंप ने लिए, और जिसकी वजह से सबको अंदाजा हो गया कि ट्रंप इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी टफ फॉर मेनी कंट्रीज, तो स्पेशली ईरान के लिए और बाकी मुल्कों के लिए. सो दिस इज हाउ यू एनालाइज द बिहेवियर्स ऑफ द अदर स्टेट्स थ्रू दीज लेवल ऑफ एनालिसिस, और इसके अंदर हमने सारी चीजें डिस्कस कर ली. ओके, देन there are also few theories to understand international relations, and realism is the top most important theory which impact on every country in modern times, and every country almost, it works under the theory of realism. I'll give you a snapshot of realism in very simple words. Realism focus on few things. For example, it focus on your self-interest, and every country in the international system pursue its own self-interest. So this is what you have seen. No country can ever undermine its own interest. Okay, so when you focus on self-interest, obviously you would have a competition with other states. So competition is also part of realism. Okay, when you are competing with the other states, automatically you are going to improve your own economy and military muscle. So that also comes in the purview of realism, and it also comes in the purview of offensive realism, for example, in which a state maximize its power. States acquire more and more weapons, equipment, nuclear weapons, and other things just to maintain its political and economic clout in the world. So this is also a part of it. So realism focuses on the notion that states work to increase their own power relative to others. So you have seen international system that countries like, for example, Americans, they have got a defense budget of about more than now, I think, 600, $700 billion. These are old stats. If you take out the 2021 stats, you will understand that their defense budget is huge. Then you got China, which also got defense budget of about 200 plus $1 billion. Same is the case with other countries, and many states, they've got bigger budgets. So this is how the states, allocate their, money just on the defense to maximize their power. And this tells us that how they behave. So this is how they spend a lot of money on their, just to maximize their power. The theory of realism states that the only certainty in the world is power. And therefore, a powerful state via military power will always be able to outlast its weaker competitors. So this is what we have seen. The powerful elite in the international system, it survives, and the weaker countries, they perish. And Pakistan, look at Pakistan. Pakistan in 1947, we got independence. We had a first war with India, and Kashmir, which should have been part of Pakistan, was captured by India, and we could not get the other part of Kashmir from Indian clutches. Why? Because India was a powerful state. In 1965, India carried out attack against another weaker party, Pakistan, and we could not stop that attack. Why? Because you were weak. 1971, half part of your country was dismembered. For example, Bangladesh, East Pakistan was dismembered, and India played a very crucial role in that. Recently आपने मोदी की statement भी सुनी होगी. But after 1971, when Pakistan acquired nuclear weapons in the 80s, after that, India could never ever breach Pakistan's borders. India could never attack Pakistan. Why? Because Pakistan acquired ultimate power, nuclear weapons. And Pakistan also improved its conventional deterrence. So realism के अंदर ये सारी चीजें आ जाती हैं. Offensive realism, defensive realism. Offensive realism means that you maximize your power for hegemony, for global power status, for global outreach, just to influence other states, just to capture other states, for example, just to dominate other states. But defensive realism talks about countries maximize their power